to make it 3.
Really strong rebounding on the putback.
The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries, and he's been very inconsistent at times.
The wide open look for Durant. His three-pointers off the mark. Detroit on D. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, more than anything else, I think three-point shooting was the key, the catalyst, if you will, in that game.
Yeah, it's really a nice weapon to have because it makes things easier for you in other parts of your offense when you can knock down the three. Great shot. Had to fade back, but he still managed to drain.
Well, going back to Michael Carter-Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, when you play the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him.
Now here's Middleton. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Indiana.
And don't forget his unbelievable steal total in that game. I mean, almost to the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
And the dunk by James.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Bucks are gone 2 of 6 from the field. Curry against Carter-Williams. And it's blocked. They get it back. The feed now to Middleton. The basket good off the assist from Carter-Williams.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
LeBron dishes to Durant. Feeds it to Jordan. The tray. That one goes. Count it. It's a tie ball game.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
You know, for the past few seasons, guys, Detroit had been a team that struggled to punish teams from the perimeter. Last year, that was not the case. They showed dramatic improvement in being a threat from behind the arc.
Now, here's Monroe. 17 points for him last game against Indiana. As you said, the Pistons became a team that could hurt you from deep. They set a franchise record for most makes per game and almost 9 made threes per contest.
And it wasn't like Detroit was forcing it. I mean, they were just good at shooting the three. I mean, they finished in the top 10 in the NBA in both total three-pointers made and three-point percentage.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. James Harden, he's checked in for Jordan. And Irving subbed in for Steph Curry. Here is Bayless, guarded by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Good, and the assist goes to James. Harden's got his first points of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Here's Monroe, and he uses the glass on the layup. Monroe's got 6.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Back to James. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Passes it to Irving. Durant kicks to LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't get it to go.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
To the inside. Here's Monroe. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. One thing about Greg Monroe, he is a highly skilled big.
He really is. I love the fact that he can do so much. He can post you up. He can pop out and knock down the 15-footer. He's an outstanding passer. At his size, those are skills that have served him and his teams well.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tolliver comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for James. Tolliver with the bucket.
The D with very little pressure. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding. And getting back to Greg Monroe, guys, he made some subtle strides last season. Best rebounding average of his career, up to 75% on his free throws. And how about this little nugget? Not one three-point attempt last season. That tells you he's starting to mature.
1:05 left in the first quarter of the game. He dishes it to Bayless. He kicks it to Henson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And you know, with some people, they'll always find something wrong with Monroe's game. He'll never make the all-defensive team. He kind of looks like he's playing at half speed, but he produces, and he does it within the team confines.
Stolen by Monroe. Parker passes to Mayo. And Henson kicks to Mayo. And the Bucks miss again. The Pistons lead it. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Wade with the jam.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Milwaukee's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Bayless kicks to Parker. Lets a floater go. And the layup is good. Parker's got his first basket.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Irving dishes to Wade. That 3 off the mark. From 11 feet away. Second chance shot. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's Detroit up by 2. And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot.
Defensively, offensively.
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
That's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with a chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long, long way in this league using that method.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
They've got LeBron James, Anthony Tolliver out there with Durant, and it's Michael Jordan, and it's Curry in at the 1. They're the group Detroit will start the second with.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Middleton the pass to Parker. There's the pick. Now the dish to Carter Williams. And the Bucks miss again. Here's Curry, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum. And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Here's Curry with the 3, and that's going to be a treble. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In the third spot, the Bucks.
And this team, in terms of scoring off the turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Carter Williams against Curry. Carter Williams as that one goes in. And that's now 6 points for Jabari Parker. Pistons leading by 3. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be.
Oh! Where did that come from? That was beautiful.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after six. It through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's with them.
Hey, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Here's Carter Williams. That drops. Carter Williams has got 5 now.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Jordan gets to Durant. Plumlee with the steal. Middleton on the wing, guarded by Curry. Durant against Middleton. Good. And now just a 1-point Detroit lead.
Oh, he's got such great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Towns, he's checked in for Tolliver. Harden comes in for LeBron. And Irving subbed in for Steph Curry. And then for Milwaukee, Henson's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Monroe comes in for Jabari Parker. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. And yes, sir, that one drops. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition. And then, Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And the Pistons making a change here. Wade's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Mayo's checked in. Irving drives in. Milwaukee with the rebound. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. I mean, they expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
Detroit leading by 3. Harden dishes to Towns. Harden kicks to Durant. On the wing, Irving. Back to Durant. Clock at 6. Wade passes to Durant. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Well, as we take a look at the rankings, let's see where Detroit ended up last season. 3rd in second chance points. 4th in rebounding. And they were top 10 in fewest team turnovers. This team has a number of players that take care of the ball and value every possession.
And just go revisit those numbers in terms of second chance points. That was elite, and they weren't shy about sticking their nose in there and going after the ball. Taking a look here at the numbers for Mayo, some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, points, you got to have them. I mean, they do keep scoring. That's what makes him really valuable in that second unit, points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
It's tipped. Antetokounmpo with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe, and it's sent back by Irving. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball, and count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Mayo kicks to Bayless. He feeds it to Monroe. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. And that's now 10 points for Greg Monroe. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Wade outside. Pass to Irving. Back to Wade. Harden outside. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Pistons lead by 2.
Well, James, throughout the first half, you struggled with turnovers. Is keeping better control of the ball?
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, welcome back to the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Kenny Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. The second quarter was dead even. And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Monroe is out there with Miles Plumlee, and it's Carter Williams in at the 1 spot. Towns dishes to Curry. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Durant. Three-pointer, and good on the basket. Book it. And the Pistons lead by 3.
You know, it's hard not to think of great shooting when you think of Kevin Durant. What he's really worked on over the past few years, though, is his playmaking. He's averaging 4 to 5 assists a game these days. Impressive.
Detroit's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Rejected by Monroe. Towns, the pass to Jordan. Durant kicks to Curry. Back to Durant. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by Monroe.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Carter Williams against Durant. Plumlee with it. Back to Carter Williams. From deep. They get it back. Monroe. It's deflected.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Curry. Curry's got 3 assists now in this one.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Screen by Monroe. Curry against Carter Williams. To the paint. Here's Plumlee. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
Detroit make it in, and Milwaukee with a change here too. Parker's checked in. James with the bucket. LeBron's got 12 in the game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
The Bucks working the ball around. Curry brings the double. Parker drives in. That's short off the rim. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Jordan. No good. Great D that time from Middleton. The Bucks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort. And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Bucks trail by 6. Carter Williams kicks to Parker. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And that one's good.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Middleton dishes to Carter Williams. Parker passes to Monroe. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address. And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book. And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Wade, he's checked in for the Pistons. Kyrie Irving comes in for Curry. The Bucks also changing it up. John Henson's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Mayo comes in for Monroe. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Dishes it to Towns. Fires the 3. The shot is off, and Milwaukee will come the other way. Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficient.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for the Pistons. And Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. Here's Bayless. And again, the Bucks miss.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
They have a 2-for-1 situation if they go quick.
Yeah, I don't think they have to rush, though, Greg. Just need to find a good shot this time.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Mayo. Here's Bayless. Detroit with the rebound. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game. And the pass to Irving. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Antetokounmpo. He got it. That is one fantastic buzzer beater. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And so it's Detroit with the ball. 6-point game. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. LeBron James is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Towns. And it's Curry in at point guard. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Fellas, I'll tell you, I was really surprised when Michael Carter-Williams got traded last season. It's so hard to find point guards with his length and instincts. I mean, you just have to wonder what's going on in Philly.
Carter-Williams hits them both. On the subject of Michael Carter-Williams, his assists went up last season. His rebounds went up last season as well. But, Greg, the one thing you can't seem to lock down is his shooting stroke.
Yeah, last season hitting just 38% from the field. You expect more out of him at this stage. But remember, this is a young player, and oftentimes your field goal percentage isn't necessarily a reflection of your ability to make shots, but more so your ability to take good ones. So shot selection, I think, plays a role for him as well.
Durant dishes to Harden. Pulls up from the corner, and right through it goes. James has got the lead up to 8 now for the Pistons. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Pistons.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Durant, the pass to Harden. The Pistons working the ball around now. James. Rebound, final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide.
The shot's good from Plumlee.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Kicks it to Monroe. Back to Plumlee. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to one or two plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
And the shot is good. And the Pistons lead by 5.
Just the shot they wanted. Point-blank range.
Plumlee with the screen. Monroe with the screen on James. Monroe dishes to Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. Detroit with the rebound. Curry's got his 3rd rebound tonight. LeBron passes to Towns. Lets it fly from 18. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Outside for Jordan. LeBron outside. From the arc. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night.
And they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Carter Williams against Curry. Here's Monroe. Nice D from Durant. Pistons leading by 8. And now the Pistons fast break. And a wide open look for James. And Detroit again with the bucket.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Here's Monroe. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Plumlee with the steal. Bucks trail by 8. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Guarded now by Durant. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Got a hand on it. And now James pushing it up. No one back to score it.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 10. A minute 42 left to play here in the 4th. A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. Plumlee with the screen. Off the screen. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 18 points for Greg Monroe.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Durant against Carter Williams. Monroe outside. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
And Steph Curry with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're losing by 8. There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Carter Williams. Curry brings the double. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. Wide open. Couldn't capitalize. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 9. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Anthony's checked in for Towns. Tolliver comes in for Kevin Durant. Dwayne Wade's checked in for James. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Jordan. Outside Mayo. Pass to Bayless. 13 feet away. Steph Curry with the rebound. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Blake for 3. It's rebounded by O'Bryant. Now Bayless. It's Mayo on the wing. Tipped away. Blake. No good. And so it's the Pistons taking care of...
Yes, I'm here with...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, LeBron James. He had just an outstanding 4th quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I can't imagine.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Think you wanna get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset. That Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. Don't know how it feel to can't afford like that. Off deck. Right back, had to get it out the mud. We took. Now they tell me do it for the love. Gotta do it just because. Got this ballin' in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want. Now you ain't got what it takes to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a handout, this ain't that right league. Spend so much time out here ballin', it's my wifey. These are what I live, I breathe, I sleep, my dreams are lavish. Went from check to check to check the balance. I press, I bet you flop, you all theatric. I'm mostly savage, gambling, take advantage. I'm here to ball. why you call off work? When that top jump back, what I call off vert. Before I hit my context, check my call off first. See if I can make a play to get it all off merge. Woo! Let an animal loose. My separation off finesse, I'm just preparing to shoot. Or I can put you on some skates, breaking ankles and news, saying this is what they pay me to do. I don't think you try to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want get rich. I don't think you want get rich.
I want you to know that it's our time. You and me bleed the same light.